Okay, since I put this video out a half an hour ago, and I'm 10 minutes late and no one's here, okay, I'm going to postpone this video for later on tonight, and I'm going to finish the equation that I am on. Everybody have a nice Saturday afternoon, and the numbers are the ones that tell the story. Only the numbers tell the story. The numbers, the alphabet, the multiplication equations, games, the game of craps, dividing of the seventh gate, gematria. What game goes with Chaldean number 8? Because the alphabet also goes 1 to 8, because it ends on 26, yet there's a 9, two nines that are in between, talking about Jupiter. The number 17 is what will create the number 8, and number 18 will create the number 9. And the only time 18 is here is when it is the I birth, when it is the birth of the 9 months, when it's 9 times 24 plus 24, the 10-day of the Mayan calendar. When 10 is telling you I have both ends of the string, 5 and 5, 10. In between the 5 and 5, 10, where do we meet? We now divide the string into 3. The center of where you meet is the same distance from where you begin on each end, separating, creating that 3, that automatic 3 of balance. We balance off the center of in between, teetering, tottering on angles. The number 7 are two angles. It's a 180-degree plane and a 45-degree angle. Anything less than the 45-degree angle is telling you one story, and anything more than the 25-degree angle is telling you another story. And I'm not sure if I can turn the camera around. I'm not really sure which one turns the camera around. So I'm going to see if you can you see the 7 here? The 7, you see the 7? This is the one we're mostly used to. We're not used to this 7. And then if you really just want to do this, you can, looks like a little doggy. I'm going to show you the way numbers bring things together, the way games and the game of craps, okay, how the numbers work, the hard ways, the stories in the numbers, what they reflect, the hard ways. One of the hard ways is 55. The reverse of the hard way of 55 is 22, and their mathematical story they talk about. The in-between of all opposites numbers on a cube, okay, the average in-between is 3.5, but you need to have equal space between the before and the after. So since the center is 3.5, and if we start at number 1, I can't turn this camera around. I can take a chance. Yeah, I think it's here. Okay, yeah. So between 1 and 6, okay, and you know number 1, the 15th, the 14th, and the 5th letter, this is pi right over here. See this 5 over here? You can just put it with a C, as in once. This 5 gets reduced to a 3 because we only need 5 in the game. Otherwise, it's just 3. It's 3 plus the 2 worlds that come together. So the difference between here and here and here and here is 2.5 and 2.5, and that is Earth's heart. This will create Q and Q, 77 Christ. But I need to take out, what is my distance between here? Am I borderlining at 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then a half space, 0.5. So if I'm going to use a half space to get to 0.5, I'm going to use a total of 12 times 0.5 equals to 6. So I'm now going to use 12 of them. That way I don't have to mention this one over here. So what I'm going to do is 1 is now 2 areas, 2 is 4 areas, 3, let me do it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to get to between this area over here, which is 3.5. So your 3, 4 that comes together is the 3.5 area. So your two spaces that you will use up is this area here, 7. So on this side you'll have 3, on this side you'll have 2. Actually it's 11. 7 come 11. 3, 7 come 11. The creation, 7 come 11. This is your student sun, and I'm going to show you in another video how the sun comes together with Mars. Okay, it's 5 and 1, and it's 6 and 2 because of the dice cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These two in the center. Okay, let me get back to this point over here. So this would be 2, 4. This would be 4, total of 4. This will be a total of 4, and this will be a total of 4. Forget about the numbers. We want to know area space. So I need a total of 2 value for each in order to have 12. If everyone is 2, we need a total of 4. Now, if it's a total of 4, okay, that's what it's going to be. So we have 4, 4, 4 area spaces, and in the first 4, it's 4, 3 value. In the second 4 spaces, it's 4, 7 value. That's Jesus of time. And in the third one, okay, it's 4, 11 value or 4, 2 value, and that's a communication. 89 DC. Now, if we went from 2 over to 5, right, we'd have only 3 and 4 in the center. In fact, 3 and 4 is in the center other than when you have, other than when you have the dice cube 3 and 4. When you have 3 and 4, there is no center other than the 0.5 that's in the center. So we're actually finding that we have divided 0.5 between the two worlds, the 3, 4 and the 3, 4 and the 3, 4. This one's divided by 0.5. This one's divided by 1.5. This one's divided by 2.5. 2 and 5 is Earth. 1 and 5 is Earth, Mars. 2 and 5 is beta creation. I'm going to have to rewrite this down. Let me write this down. 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. In the half-life of the church spirit, when QJ comes to town, Queen and Jesus comes to town, we create in this number 10 and 7 equaling to 17Q, and the reverse is J. 2.5, 1 plus 2.5 equals 3.5. 6 minus 2.5 equals 3.5. So do you get it so far? So now we have 2 plus 1.5 equals 3.5, and 5 minus 1.5 equals 3.5. 3 minus plus 0.5 equals 3.5, and 4 minus 0.5 equals 3.5. Now that's the hard area. Now when they talk about skull bones, I'm talking about the fine line in between everything. To me, that's what skull bones represents, the fine line before anything is taken apart or blown up. That would be the fine line. So this one over here represents Mars. This one represents Earth. 1 and 6 is the beginning of the 7th gate. It's the widest distance. It's the only true 7. And it creates 76 in mathematics. And then it goes down to 20, 55 and 29. One becomes your birth. The other is electric company. 10 and 25, 18 and 11. 9 and 2. Just keeps going over. This is the fish. 92nd day in a leap year. 92nd day in a leap year is April 1st. When February has 29 days. 11, 11. 4 and 2. Communication, 9 lives of the cat. But February is also known as the 11th month, and April is also known as the 9th month. December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, 9th month, April. 9/11. So in this scenario, 55 will create 10 and 25. This is Earth D. This is Q, or Earth D. And one of the reasons, because this one over here is created by 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. So when you see this on a dice cube, that is automatically 10. And then the 1 in the center has another value. So since these 4 equals to 10, what's the value of 1? 2.5 or 25, and that's Earth. Earth's heart. Now, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have another 10. But when I put these two in the center, what's the value of this? Should this be any different of a value of this? These two would equal to a total of 5. So now you'd have 1, 2, 5, and 15. The 15 is telling you about 1/4 time and Mars, okay? And it ends up creating and this here also says JE, as in the E world. The J is the hookup, and the E is the E world, that 0.5 separation between 1 and 2. The dice cube, the 5 dice cube, all you have to do is put one here. And the 6 dice cube, as I've written before, the 6 dice cube, it's adding these two over here. Oh, I made it over here. So my question is, what is the true value of this one? Is it 4 separate boxes equal? Because if it's 4 separate boxes equal, then this one has chipped a piece out of every one of these boxes. So since each box has to have a value and I chipped a piece, there would be 3 of 4. So each box would be worth 75. And this box over here would be worth 25 each, would equal to 100 is in the center and 75s are all around. It'd be 300 and 100. And the reason I'm saying it this way is because if you take a whole, what is a whole minus 1 part? Well, a whole minus 1 part, imagine that this was split into 4. All these were split into 4, right? It's almost like taking a box and putting the tic-tac-toe inside of it. Anyways, the center is shared. So is there any other way to do this? If I said each one of these was 25, 25, 25, 25, and I had to take 1 part of 25 out, how do I do that? How do I take 1 part of 25 out? So I can't do that. So if it was 20, so if each one was 20, that'd be a total of 80. So now I'm going to take out 1. So it'd be 15. It'd be 15, 15, 15, and 15. I took out 1 of each, and here I would put 20 in the center. 20 goes in the center, and 15 all around. 20, 15. 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75 equals 57, 75. Hebrew time, the year is 2015. The letter is T-O. I don't know if it's timeout, but it's 20. And this will be created by the cycle of 28. I'm not going to go over it right now. So the center is 20. So it's 20 and 15, 20 and 15, 20 and 15, 20 and 15. 35 and 35, 70, and 35, 105, and 35, 140. 140. And now, my question is, since it is 80, the French have a terminology of saying 4 times 20 is how they calculate their 80. 20, 40, 60, 80. Now, since this part is taken from everywhere, and I'm saying it's 20, really, you can only go this way in one scenario, or you can go this way in another scenario. So it's 10, 10 is what it actually is, because it's connecting here, and it's connecting here. And when it's 10, 10, this will actually be creating an 8 here, or the design is creating an 8 here. So what is 10? 10 is just like 8, and that would be the same thing for October of the 10th month, or octagon for number 8, or octopi. So there's more of a question in here. If each one is 20, if I say this is 10 and 15, there's other stories. I'm leaving on a jet plane, right? This would be D, everything that created in 4, and then ET, 25. 25 plus 6, 31. I'm not sure if you understood anything that I did here, but the French say 80. They say 4 areas of 20. And then you split it up. There's one way to do it. The other way to do it is when you have 9. How can I do this? When you have 9, I'm going to make it a little bit nicer. See, when you have 9, in the other equation, we created it this way, and we used the center box. Okay, I may have had to make this a little bit bigger, okay, because I took the center box and took, no, okay. Okay, here's my center box. So this is where you got 15, 15, 15, and 15, and there'd be 3 squares here, 3 squares here, 3 squares here. So each square is 5. And since it would be 5 by 5 each square, it would equal to 25, and 5 equals to 10. So this scenario is your 55 Liberty, okay? And it is created by 16. This sweet 16 will give you your Freedom 55, in the multiplication equaling to 6, and the addition equaling to 7, and the multiplication equaling to 42, and the addition equaling to 13. You add it and subtract it, equals to 55, and 29 your birth. Your freedom and your birth. In this scenario over here, we already have its own zone. So in this scenario over here, it's the zone here, or it's this way. Just like in Rubik's Cube, you can either turn it this way or turn it this way. So this area would be area number 5, but they call it the 1 dot. The 8th void to 1, 3, 7, 9, and 2, 4, 6, 8. The 1, 3, 7, 9, okay, is the multiplication. The 2, 4, 6, 8 is the addition, because when you stretch out the 2, 4, 6, 8, you have a fine line through the center, and you can now divide, and it also creates this E-like part, or a flag if you look at it. Anyways, I'm a little busy right now because I'm doing this, but there's other things that can be done. We're going to show you how the spirit and how the sun come together, how Mars comes together with the student, and how they recreate the sun through numbers, how the ace is created in the E world, and it's like a plug-in towards the letter. Arts and entertainment that come together, 5 and 1, creation of Mars, where this D and this C came to create the ace, and D is a representation of 10. So what is C a representation of? C is a representation of A and B. So I have to figure out this equation over here, and it's on 3 different levels, as they show you in the cards and they show you on the dice. The cards and the dice are 2 different things. It's just like the pool table. Thank you. Wow, this just disappeared. Somebody said something and it disappeared. How do I see it again? Thank you, Truly. Okay, here. Yeah, thank you. I have to get paper and pencil and write it down. I also rewatched the beginning. There's just a lot of things that I don't know. I mean, right now everything is out of Vegas. You know, all the numbers come from Las Vegas, Hoover Dam, Las Vegas, Hoover Dam, Las Vegas. We need to keep everything cool. We need everything to be cool. A lot of energy flowing through Las Vegas right now, and it's been the last couple of years, and that's one of the reasons I think these sports teams keep moving there. But just keep watching Las Vegas. They used to say leaving Las Vegas. Well, let me tell you, Elvis was swinging those hips, and I want to say Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. I'll be back a little bit later.